What have you heard about the team that's motivated you guys or offended you, or man, people just don't?
Yeah, well, it's kind of similar to last year. You know, they didn't pick us to beat, but now, you know, no Cam Newton, no Nick Fairley, so now they're like, they really don't have a chance. You know, you just take that, put it into what you eat in the morning. I always put it into my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it just powers me up. So every day at practice, I have a lot of energy. I'll be flying around. And on September 3rd, it'll be the same way. And hopefully the guys can feed off of that.
Was there a time when you said, oh my gosh, this is pretty tough?
Oh.
When you were a freshman?
My first practice, full pad practice, I had to go one-on-one against Antonio Coleman, and just lined up, and he just smiled at me with those big gold teeth, and it was like, oh, come on now. And I was just, I got knocked on my butt, and I was just kind of laying there, and I was like, what am I getting myself into right now? But no, you got to get thrown on your butt some to realize where you are and to make you work harder and toughen up. So it's just what comes with being a SEC player.
This is an out of the blue question, but the Auburn-Alabama rivalry, yeah. Did you fully appreciate that? At what point did you fully appreciate kind of how much people put on that?
When you're on a bus and you just get into Tuscaloosa and you see some very mean things. When you look outside of the Alabama fans, you start to realize what this is. You know, and I realized that when I took my visit and I went to an Auburn-Alabama basketball game. You know, and then I saw just how serious they take it in this state. And that's the reason why we come here. We go back home. We talk to guys that play at UT. We talk to guys that play at other universities in Texas, and we tell them that rivalries in the Big 12, rivalries in any part of the country other than the SEC aren't rivalries. We are playing in a rivalry, and we definitely don't take it for granted. It's a blessing that we can play in that game, and I'm looking forward to playing in it this year for sure.
What's the meanest thing you saw on that bus?
Oh man, just some fingers that weren't supposed to be up by some very little kids and old women.
Can you kind of like, in your mind, kind of differentiate between the way it is, the rivalry between the players, then you got your fan base that's probably are graduates, and then you got the lunatic friends out there.
Yeah, I really don't see it as a difference. I feel like when you're part of the Auburn family, you're part of the Auburn family through and through. You don't see it. Sometimes you go to some other places and you see the bandwagon fans. There's no bandwagon now. You're either Auburn or you're somewhere else. So when you're Auburn, that's why the all-in thing is so big to me. I feel like it fits us so well because it doesn't matter what Auburn is doing. It could be a lacrosse game versus Alabama. There's gonna be some fans there and they're gonna want to win the game and beat that other team. So when you're Auburn, you're all in, and that's what I love about it.
You got a prediction on how long it's going to take for this thing to be resolved?
I don't make predictions.
Hey, Gus was telling us when we talked to him maybe last week or whatever about Russell Wilson that he said he was up front with you and Clint and Kyle too when he was trying to get him here and stuff. Well, how did that go over with you guys? That, here was your chance to kind of compete for the job and he wants to bring somebody else in.
I mean, he told us, we asked him about it, and he said, they're always trying to bring in whoever they can that they think's good, and that's fine. Bring in whoever you want. It's not going to cause me any trouble if you bring him in. It's my job to beat him out. It's not your job not to bring him in. So, I mean, really in the grand scheme, he's not here, but had he been or whoever else, it's just something you're going to have to deal with no matter what. So if they're going to bring people in, that's great, and trying to make the team better, that's great. That's what we're here to do, too.